All right guys, we're gonna go over what I would call an enthusiast flashlight today. This is a Noctigon KR4, and we also have Nichia E21A emitters. There are 16 of them around the front. This is called a mule because there is no reflector. You simply have the 16 emitters, and that's gonna give us a very flood-like view. There is going to be no throw on this. There's going to be no spot in the middle. It's just going to push the light out, and there's going to be a ton of spill. Now, the reason I call this an enthusiast light is because you can customize this to multiple different things, put different emitters in it, get different color temperatures. This one is set up at 4500K. For you Milwaukee fans, that is basically what Milwaukee calls true view. A lot of people will choose the 3500K because they like that color temperature a little bit better, or they see that it has a different film with that different color contrast. You're getting into a way deep section of what people like in their enthusiast style flashlights. Now, this guy is going to be for certain people, not for everyone, and it has a lot of different things to go on to it. We're gonna go over this guy top to bottom, try to give you all the knowledge that we have, and then we'll talk about it more in the comments. Stay tuned. When we talk about flashlights, a lot of times we see something that's a little bit more specialized than others, something that has a long throw, something that's really floody, lots of spill, no spill. This is a mule, so we have no reflector here, and we have 16 emitters, basically 16 LEDs. This is set out at 4500K. Now, you can order these in multiple different settings, but if you notice, we have light everywhere around us. It's an amazing light. It goes almost 180 degrees around the flashlight, and if I don't move the flashlight, you can kind of see where the light goes. But we don't have a throw. We just have all spill. Very, very, very floody here. It's perfect. If you're walking around and you want to see things around you, see things in front of you, and again, this is high. So if we double tap, there's turbo. So it's even more. So if we get out here, we can light up large areas with this one flashlight. But you'll notice there is no spot. There is no one place that has anything more as far as light to give us any throw. So that's because there's no reflector here, and it is incredibly bright, And all that light comes from these 16 Nichia E21A high-powered LEDs or emitters. There's really no reflector inside there. You just have a glass cover over the top. So that's allowing all that light to disperse in a crazy flood pattern. Inside of this flashlight, we have an 18650 battery cell. It is a high drain. I believe it is a 3.5 amp hour or 3500 milliamp hour battery. It's simply just a nice 18650. This light is going to require that you use a high drain cell. Other than that, the CNC machining on here it's not overly impressive. It looks nice, it feels nice. It's not like some of the Olights that we see that have some crazy machining in them. But then on the back, you have your tail switch, which this is your user interface. And as we showed you before, you can push and hold, it'll turn on slowly. You can let off wherever you want to be. There's a menu or a memory, so you can turn it back on, double click for turbo. There's so many things. It comes with this little user interface guide. And this is intense. If you really want to pause it and look at everything that it will do, battery checks, you can change it from a smooth ramp up to a stepped. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff here that you can go over. And the only thing that I really see this missing for some people is going to be a charger. You actually have to have an 18650 battery cell charger to charge this up, which is becoming more and more common, so you just can't plug this guy in. But other than that, let's get back outside. I want to show you a little bit more on how this works, and then we'll go over some other things that we found. So with this light, we can turn it on. If we push and hold, it comes up to high and blinks. Push and hold again, drops us down insanely low. You can almost see the LEDs there on film, which is crazy. And we can bring it back up, double click up to turbo. And if we look around, that's on white. The CRI in this light is amazing. People absolutely love it. But when you get out here and compare this 4500 to what's closer to 3000, you can see how yellow that is in that light and how white that is. That's not perfect, but at the same time we have a nice light here that will light up a large area. We pull that away, there is some light that's around us still, but again, this is going to be set out for looking close to us. Again, very floody. This light is getting super hot running it on turbo, and I'm sure it's going to be chewing up battery with those 16 emitters. But when we're looking around at something, you don't need to be on turbo with this. Simply in the middle. Again, there's high. I can drop down in the middle, walk around here, see everything I need to. But again, I go out, even on turbo, really not getting any throw out of this guy. It's hard to see trees on a camera that are 40 feet away. This is really going to be great for 25 feet or less, but you're getting light everywhere. And I think that's the huge benefit of it, but that also might be what makes it not for everyone. So after a few minutes of having this light on, you get to a point where I cannot put my hand up in front here. But oddly enough, when I put the thermal imager on here, it's showing that my hand is warmer than the light. That makes zero sense, because I promise you that this is so hot that is as long as I can really touch this. So in some ways, when we look at this and say, okay, we have an Enthusiast light here on turbo, which is a crazy amount of light, you're not going to use it that long. But you don't need turbo in many cases. And this is one of the first lights that I'll venture to say that most people won't want to use turbo for that long a period of time. In fact, most people won't even use high. And this on turbo is 5,000 lumens. So you're talking about an immense amount of light that's not only going out 25 feet in front of you, but it's going out 25 feet to each side. And it's bright, lighting something up like mad. That's why you're getting all that heat from the 16 emitters that are in here. But the reality is you're going to run this just above medium to have a nice comfortable light out in front of you that's going to give you way more light, not only just in front of you, but off to the side, and make you comfortable doing whatever you're doing. Perfect deer hunting light, tracking, walking, camping, hiking. Lots of things you can use this light for. It's not like it's just a dedicated thrower. This is going to be something that if you were walking around and camping with, just searching even, it's going to give you so much light that you can pick things up that you might not normally pick up with a normal flashlight that has some sort of reflector that has a focused beam in the center. I love that about this light. Now, things I don't like is that I really don't have a built-in charger. That limits me. It means I have to carry my battery charger with me at all periods of time, and it also means that I have to take this light apart each time that I need to charge the battery. Is it a big deal? No, but it's just something else. Second, the switch on the back is not as great as a lot of the other switches that I have, including other Noctigon lights. It's a little bit gritty sometimes, and it all depends on how I push it. And I've had certain circumstances where this switch just goes wacko on me and doesn't work, and I have to take the light apart quickly, put it back together, and life's good. But other than that, this light has its nuances, but with its nuances comes a lot of good that you won't find in a normal, what I'll call big box store light. I mean, if you're looking at Surefire, or you're looking at Streamlight, even O-Light, any of those guys that are out there don't have anything like this, and that's why they call it a custom light, and that's why I'm gonna go into a more enthusiast light, because they're gonna pick the LEDs that they have in this. They're gonna pick what color temperature they want. They're gonna pick a lot of the stuff, including the battery, and they're gonna put it together, know exactly what they have, and that is cool. So, questions and comments below. If you want to talk about Hank's custom lights, I'll put a link to his website. I'll put a link to where we purchased this one. If you purchase from Hank's custom lights, you're going to be having an extremely long wait time because they ship from China direct, and some people don't want to wait that long, so you can get them in different places, much closer, much faster. And again, links down there. Appreciate all the questions. We'll have fun with it, maybe learn some things together. Give us a like in this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, have a great day.